I know this. Yeah, I know Roger's face, and I know Ken's face, and I know Rex.
Bedhead, what do you care? Sleeping in the car. You all ready?
So, everybody good? Welcome to the Lancaster City Council meeting. And we've got our two winning candidates.
Yes.
That's why I had to sleep in the car to come back. I wanted to celebrate these two. I think.
We heard you were always asleep.
What'd you say? All right. Let's call it to order. City Clerk.
City Council Member, Agency Director, Authority Member Doris.
Here.
Molly.
Present.
Mann.
Present.
Vice Mayor, Vice Chairman Christ.
Present.
Mayor, Chairman Paris.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. The invocation tonight is Sean Appleton from Hope Chapel.
Is Sean here? I don't see Sean.
Right. You're up. Sean's not here.
Oh? Please bow your heads. Lord, thank you for gathering us here. Thank you for just an amazing city council. Thank you for just these representatives who are able to hear our concerns and act on them and reflect your will, Lord. We pray for decisiveness tonight and guidance in your hand, Lord, and thank you for everything that you've done. In your name, amen.
Amen. Yeah, right hand over your heart and please join me for pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Andrea Alexander, will you do the honors?
Good evening, Council. I'm here tonight to present the results of the general municipal election and certify the canvass of election returns, which was held on Tuesday, April 12, 2022. As presented in the resolution before you tonight, the results are as follows. The total vote by mail ballot returns was 8,157. We had a total voter turnout of 8.9%. Excuse me. And we have a total registered amount of voters for 91,651 at the close of registration on March 28th. The City Council also submitted an advisory measure, ballot measure H, asking voters whether it should adopt an ordinance imposing an administrative fine for loitering or camping within 500 feet of sensitive use such as schools, churches, daycares, parks, and libraries. I should take a breath. Obviously, I'm out of breath. Doing too much. All right, so 24% of the voters voted against Measure H. 75.9 voted in favor. So the result was Councilmember Marvin E. Chris, re-elected for 4 years. Councilmember Raj Mali has been re-elected for a term of 4 years. Congratulations to each of you. I do want to give a special thanks to everyone who assisted. I definitely don't want to do names because I forget someone, and everyone's role that they played was important and vital to making this a smooth election. I do, however, want to give a special thanks to the Rangers and the deputies for taking our time on election night to go out and retrieve ballots from drop boxes to make sure that everything was safe and secure. Like I said, congratulations to each of you. If you have questions, I'm available.
I just want to thank you. You went through a lot of work, so just thank you what you did.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so at this time, we will administer the oath of office. It is my understanding that Councilmember or Vice Mayor Marvin Chris wants his son Ryan Chris to swear him in, and Councilmember Mali wants his son Taj Mali to swear him in. So we will do that at this time. If you all want to come up here, I will turn the mic around and you can begin.
Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry, may I interrupt for just a moment? Before we actually swear people in, we should adopt the resolution certifying the election.
So I will proudly make the motion to adopt resolution number 22-16.
I second.
Are you being a Debbie Downer again?
I'm not. I just want to make sure that it's all locked
Yeah,
up before we administer the oath.
Probably ought to not swear them in until we certify. Oh, now we can do it.
Passes unanimously. Thanks, everyone.
Those lawyers.
Causing trouble again.
I just wanted to say I'm very proud of my dad. I think 10 years ago, before I became a lawyer, I asked him, why do you serve? Why do you do what you do? And his response was very candid. It was very honest. And he said, it feels good to do the right thing. And as a lawyer, that has guided me in every decision that I make. And I couldn't be more proud to make this oath for you. I state your name.
I state my name. Marvin Christ.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear to protect the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic, semicolon, that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States,
to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
semicolon,
semicolon,
that I will take this obligation freely
and I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
and
that I will well and faithfully discharge
that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
All right, speech, you gonna coming up.
Ready? Okay. I state your name.
Raj Mali,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of California
the Constitution of the State of California,
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic.
foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith
I bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of
and
California.
the Constitution of the State of California.
That I take this obligation freely
That I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
and the purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
that I will well
and faithfully discharge
faithfully discharge
the duties upon
the duties upon
which I am about to enter.
which I am about to enter. Thank you.
Now they're about the same. Is that up an inch?
Somebody's a show off.
So, I thought Dodge was like this high. What happened?
It's tall, isn't he?
He grew up.
He's 6'3". He's been,
I saw that.
Raj, what happened to you?
I start growing when I.
He's taller than all of us.
Yeah.
I proudly say, I wanted to say that he's joining Air Force. Right. So he just got into UC Riverside and in ROTC program. So he's a flying already plane, and he's going to be in Air Force.
Wow.
So I'm a proud dad.
Okay. Well, congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
It's, I'm glad you're back. It would not be the same. Huh? Actually, it would have been really different. Okay.
You want to give them a couple minutes to leave?
Yeah, why don't we take a 5-minute break? And, you know, I mean, I'm sure everybody would rather sit here and listen to me rattle on, but if you have other things to do, it'll give you a chance to leave. Okay. Be back in 5.
Pastor Appleton.
No, I'm good. I do.
What? Okay. Hey, I want to see.
I love it. You didn't do it?
What?
She asked me if I want a cupcake, and I said, you already said I'm looking fat.
I didn't say you were looking fat. I said you are fat.
I asked my wife the other day, who shrunk my clothes, and she just shook her head.
All right.
CA1.
So, what is it?
CA1.
CA1. We're going to skip to CA1.
Already told him.
Okay. Is it CA1? So, Sean, why don't you come on down? Woo! Bring your son. You want him in the picture. What?
Remember we have to vote first.
Oh, yeah, he just. Wait a minute, I forgot we had to vote. Is there a motion?
I'll second the mayor's motion.
So I move that Sean be the new deputy mayor. Is there any
We need to
comment?
vote?
Do I get to stand up and, I remember when I became councilman, Sean stood up and wanted to say something, so.
He did what?
I'm voting, no, I'm voting. You don't remember when I first got in and Sean stood up and said, we need representation, and that's when his political career started. So actually, Sean ought to tell me thank you.
Let's not revisit. Let's not go in the past. I mean, everybody's getting along. That's good, right?
Sean, I think you did it on your own.
Me and Sean get along very well, very well.
You know, he's not even sworn in yet, and you're making things difficult for him.
We need to vote.
Yeah,
Oh, we need to vote.
Yeah.
Okay, do I need public comment? Do I need anything like that?
I don't believe we have any comment cards.
Okay, good, then let's vote. Sean, you're the new deputy mayor. Now, why don't you come on up here so we can get this shot. And, all right.
I'm going to tell him to switch his chairs. If he switches. Yeah, I'm going to tell him.
You know, it's good to meet you. I've been hearing a lot about you. You have no idea how involved I am. Okay, ready?
I, Sean Aaron, do solemnly swear
That I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without mental reservation or purpose
without mental reservation or purpose
of evasion,
of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully
and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Thank you, sir.
That goes in official records.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I just want you to know I switched the chairs.
We're going to have to deal with this. You saw him do that, didn't you? And you didn't rat it. I mean, you're a deputy mayor. You're supposed to rat him out.
I see nothing.
Okay. Let's go to ED1, emergency declaration. It's kind of winding down, right? Okay. So who's presenting? You are?
We're not going to do a complete presentation tonight. We'll be doing the final presentation on the May 3rd, 24th.
Say it again.
We're not doing a presentation tonight. There wasn't a lot to report. Nothing has changed. If you look at the stats that I give you, everything is very low, very status quo. And then we'll be giving the final report on May 24th.
Okay. Nobody's got COVID, right, in Lancaster?
Maybe one or two.
One or two? Okay, great.
It's incredibly low right now in terms of hospitalizations, and we're seeing a few people trickle into the ER, but you know, it's a lot better than it was. And if you're vaccinated and boosted, you're in pretty good shape right now. Very good shape, I'd say.
We're seeing some influenza, which is a little bit of a surprise, but nothing severe.
No H5?
No H5. There's one, but no. Reported, but not us. We're still H3 and 2.
I want to know the moment patient zero hits Lancaster. I want to know.
For sure.
Good, thanks. All right, we're going to spin back the whole program, but I'm not ready to let you guys go yet. All right.
Don't forget Tiffany.
I'm sorry. I haven't forgotten Tiffany, but she didn't rat you out, so she's not getting any perks tonight. Wow, you see, but he's taking care of you because you were loyal to him, right? That's how it works.
It is how it works.
Okay, but anyway, that's where we're at. Good.
Thank you.
Can we end the state of emergency?
No.
No, we still need to maintain the state of emergency. There's funding resources as well as some administrative functions that we still need to accomplish. The one thing on the agenda that I will note is
Law school, we called that, never mind.
we're removing the opportunity for Zoom-in calls for the council meetings. So all council meetings and all city meetings will be in person now moving forward as a result of the decision tonight as well. But the emergency will still stay in place.
Okay, good. That's what we're doing then. Thanks.
I'll move to adopt Resolution 22-17.
I'll second that motion.
Let's vote. It's unanimous. And once again, thank you guys. You shepherded us through the worst possible nightmare I could imagine. It would have been much, much worse if you all weren't here. But, okay, consent calendar. Anything to be removed?
No speaker cards.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the consent calendar is currently comprised.
I'll second that motion.
Let's vote. It passes unanimously. Public hearing item 1, adoption of City of Lancaster's Community Development Block Grant Program. Who's presenting that?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to open the public hearing, don't I?
Please do open the public hearing.
We're open. Now we will hear.
Yes, Mayor Perez, Council, the presentation tonight on PH1 regarding the Community Development Block Grant Program will be presented, and the Home Investment Partnership Program will be presented by Nika Nowak, a Finance Manager of Finance Department.
Is this your first time?
No, but it's my second time, and I don't think you were here the first time. So.
I'm sorry, what?
You weren't here the first time I presented?
So it's the first time for me.
Yes, it's the first time for you. So I'm Nika. I'm the Senior Finance Manager. I'm here this evening.
No. I need to know you're going to be riveting. Are you going to be riveting?
I am sure going to try. I don't know that I have the riveting personality. I am an accountant after all. So, you know.
You're doing okay. Perhaps you do have a riveting personality.
Maybe.
Okay. All right, let's go.
I'm here seeking your approval of the Community Development Block Grant Program and Home Investment Partnership Program for the fiscal year 2022 and 2023 action plan. The action plan includes $1,572,221 in CDBG funds and $676,132 in home funds to assist the city in furthering the city's consolidated strategic goals. City staff have evaluated all the activities listed in the plan, and they are eligible under HUD guidelines. In compliance with federal requirements, we also posted the action plan on April 6th and have received no comments to date. HUD has not released the final allocation, so these are just preliminary estimates, and those will be updated. We do have contingency plans should the amounts increase or decrease. Those are detailed in our full action plan, which is available online. It can be viewed at under the city's website under the Departments and Services section under the Housing and Neighborhood Revitalization Program. If approved, the fiscal year 22-23 action plan will be included as part of the fiscal year 22-23 proposed budget, and listed on the screens are the programs that are going to be funded out of both of these two grant funds. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
Any questions?
Thank you.
Good. We'll give her an A. What do you think, an A?
Yeah. It was well done.
Good. Thanks.
She even held her own with you, Rex.
Is there a motion? Oh, we need speaker cards, don't we?
Close.
Don't I have to do speaker cards first?
We do need to do speaker cards if there are any.
There are none.
There are none. Okay,
we
then
can
close
the
public hearing.
I'll move we adopt PH1 A, B, C, D, and E.
I second that.
Let's vote. It's unanimous. Okay, Gerald, you got to vote against something. This is getting really boring.
I'm sure my time will come.
Okay, council reports. We're already at council reports.
Wow.
Wow, just bang, it's over. Any council reports?
Sure. I'll start. Raj, you want to do AVTA?
No.
Okay. AVTA was given honor by the EPA and the FTA that they're the #1 transportation agency in North America.
Wow.
So both agencies.
Wow, think about that. That is really huge.
Big.
I mean, us, #1.
Big. It's a big honor.
It is a big honor.
So
You did a good job. You too. You passed up giving that report?
He's the chair, so he...
That's the report you want to give.
no, it did good. I'll go on to the NCTC. We are fighting with Caltrans again, and for the last 12 years, we've been fighting 12 years we've been fighting Caltrans to get the 138-14 freeway fixed, to get some money for it. And they keep telling us we need to have it shovel ready. We need to, they won't give us any money to do that. They won't do anything. But we did put them on notice that it's a hazard, it's a safety hazard, and they are obligated to fix it under the safety rules. So we're trying different tactics with them to do it. But just everyone keep in mind, we got money to fix the 14 freeway at Avenue K 10 years ago. And we're now starting next year to do it. That's how long they take to do something. So
Draft a proclamation from the council to vote on at the next meeting, requesting the funds, but also declaring it's a hazard. It's a public safety hazard. before we vote on it, give them a call, and then we'll vote on it. Fair enough?
Got it.
That ought to get some.
Yeah, it really should. We put it in the minutes of the last meeting. They just wanted us to brush it off, but we keep getting brushed off. People keep dying there. It's time that they fix it. It's time that they fix that and not put money into the bullet train to Victorville.
To say nothing of the sound walls in Orange County. I mean.
So,
Yes.
well, no, then they also came to us and they asked us if we would accept Metro's proclamation of how they were going to spend extra funding for the Olympics in 2028. So we asked them how we were going to be made whole, because they're taking all the money from our area and expanding the Los Angeles basin. So we're getting less than, 17% right now? So for every dollar that goes to LA, we get 17 cents back.
I thought people quit going to the Olympics, didn't they? I mean, of the last 3 Olympics, the last 2 Olympics, it makes no sense to me. All right. Okay, you know what we need, Allison? Good, thank you.
Yes, I do.
Mayor Paris, may I add too that maybe we ought to try to reach out to the city of Palmdale and Santa Clarita as well. It's people don't understand. You get elected to these positions, and often at times, as like Marvin has shared with us, over 10 years ago we got the allocation to do the off-ramp and on-ramp at Avenue K, and it's taken till now just to begin to make things happen. And I sit on that board with Marvin, and it's so frustrating to listen to the attitudes of the individuals from the LA Basin. And they just discount when we talk about the 80-some thousand people that commute every day on the 14, and as if it's like no big deal. And I think it's a big deal.
Well, it's certainly a big deal to the 84,000 people commuting.
Correctamundo. And then the number of people that have died. I mean, Marvin spoke about, we had our meeting, and Marvin speaks to the most recent fatality. And it's like it's like no big deal. No. But anyway, very frustrating. But we continue that fight.
I want to be transparent with what we're doing. If we vote on a proclamation such as that, you put a target on their back for anybody that gets hurt on the freeway.
I explained the pothole theory to them, that if there's a pothole and we're aware of it, we're liable for it.
I guess they're aware of it after this.
They are aware of it now.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right, let's see if that gets any action. Anyone else?
I got 2 things, and this one may be a discussion with us, and I know we can't necessarily come to it, but I was called by ALADS about what's going on with the Sheriff's Department, and I really would like for us to come together with something. And I know, Marvin, with you being the president of the Sheriff's Boosters, we have a problem when we're trying to get new blood and fresh blood in the Sheriff's Department, and then they won't hire or won't open up the academy, and they're retiring, and we're already 35% down. I'm just frustrated with what's going on right now with our relationships with the Sheriff Department and how they're reaching out saying, hey, how can we even change things if we can't even hire or open the academy back up? So
listen, I told you guys we should be buying people guns. And what did you do? You criticized me. You made fun of me.
I would like for us.
Now we're 8,000 sheriffs down. Yeah. What happens when we're 16,000 sheriffs down?
I don't understand the thinking right now. He did mention that he appreciates Catherine Barker champion the cause, but he felt like she was the only one that understands the gravity of this matter. And to me, you would think that if they won't change okay, in the sheriff's department, you want to hire fresh new blood and train in this new way that they're talking about. But if it's totally shut down, we're already 35% below. You know what we're dealing with up here in the Antelope Valley. I'm not understanding the thinking right now. And you know what? While that may sound aggressive, Mayor, what you're saying, we may get to that point that we have to do something that our citizens are feeling safe. And I hate to think this way, because people are going to become vigilantes if they feel like they're not safe. You know, it doesn't make sense to me. So,
Wait a minute, is there something wrong with that?
I think every man has the right to protect his family and his home. I do believe that. So I would like for us to see what we can do together as a council to reach out to the, and Sheriff, I called you Sheriff Rex. You're good at writing these proclamations and leading the charge on that. So I know your brain works really fast on things like that.
We've already written them a letter
Right.
in regards to the non-hiring, but
Okay.
it has to do with the Board of Supervisors more than any of the sheriffs. It does not have to do with the sheriff. The sheriff is doing his job, and he's doing it well. And by doing it well, it's costing money, and they refuse to open the academies up. They refuse to fund the academies to get us more sheriffs. So it's about replacing the Board of Supervisors, not necessarily any problems with the sheriff.
Good idea.
You know, there's 88 cities in LA County. 88 cities. You know where the safest place is? The jail. The sheriff has turned that jail system around, and it's twice as safe as any city in LA County. How is that? I mean, that's an incredible accomplishment. I mean, you know, when he got elected, the jail was not very safe. I mean, it was a nightmare. He's making incredible progress. He just isn't willing to kowtow to the supervisors. And I don't know where this is going to end, but I know we're going to pay the price for it. And we better have a plan in place. Do we?
We have a plan, an idea what to do. The difficulty is identifying somebody to partner with us in that plan. The plan would be, the contract's written such that they're required to provide us the minutes. If they're unable to provide us the minutes, however they provide those minutes, they would rebate us those funds. We then have the ability to hire an alternate police force to supplement or supplant their efforts. The challenge is finding another city police force who's willing to do that with us. And the number of contacts that I've reached out to are unwilling to do that. So the alternate is very limited in our cases. But I plan to have a full report for you that May 24th.
What about Tehachapi?
That's one of the people I reached out to, and they have 10 officers, and we have 200. So it's a challenge.
Okay. Well, hopefully it'll resolve itself in the next election. But
Jason, we're also looking at creating a cog between Santa Clarita, Palmdale, Lancaster, and the county. Can't we start the talks in regards to everything, meaning health department, have our police force? It's much better if all three of us do it together. It would be much better for all of us. If the county's not going to support us, we need to take our own views into effect.
Yeah, I would agree, and I know you're leading the charge with the COG, and the COG is a mechanism to do that. You know, you've talked about tonight what this council has done with transportation and their efforts combining with those three entities. I think the same kind of success can happen on many other fronts. We're talking homelessness. Go down the list. If we're working together outside of LA County, we're going to be far better off.
I like that idea because then we can deal with the uniqueness of our area, especially with an area that's, as Rex has always championed, and we're so diverse. Then we can really now, you know, not worry about, our COG can be focused on what type of policing we like to see, and it just moves forward. But I do not like that, especially in a day and time now where people are being followed and they're being forced into their homes and robbed at gunpoint. People are literally following people for miles now. It's a shame that I am leaving restaurants and checking over my shoulder to see if my wife and I are being followed. And many of us in this valley is blessed, and I don't want that type of situation happening, and then we're so short-handed that we can't even make a report if something happens. You know, it doesn't make sense to me. So I just want to bring that up.
Whatever we do, I mean, we have to do it so that it can fold back into the sheriff's department once we get rational people back in office, you know? So you want to keep that in mind. I don't want to be creating a situation where we have a permanent split. First of all, I don't think city police departments are good ideas. I mean, you really want me in charge of the police?
I think we'll do a great job together. Ain't that right, Ronald?
I don't think I'd like the temptation. You know? I mean, I think that the concept of a sheriff overlooking it all and making sure people are doing the right thing is important. You know, I just do. But I also recognize, you know, we're going to have a few years that are going to be difficult, maybe a little more than a few years. So as you develop those plans, develop with the idea that whoever we put in those positions can be reabsorbed, you know, if the time comes. I know how difficult that is, but and I also want ALADs involved in it, however we do this. Okay, agree?
ALADS is highly involved, and they're doing it. I don't want to say that this doesn't have anything to do with the sheriff's department, the personnel at the sheriff's department at all. This is us trying to get, you know, what we pay for, and that comes from the Board of Supervisors.
Right.
Yeah. I'll also add that we're a member of Contract Cities Association, which is a member of all the cities that contract with the Sheriff's Department. They are all aligned as well. So we're not in this alone. There's other contract cities in the same position. So we have those forces put together as well. So I don't think there's an issue with alignment with Sheriff's Department staff, other cities. The alignment challenge is with the Board of Supervisors.
How many men are we down? Men and women are we down?
I don't know that we're down many. I can ask John specifically, but we're doing pretty good now. Obviously, with the vaccine issue and potentially recruitment, it becomes more difficult.
Are they still going after the vaccine issue?
Well, that was part of the story, part of the reason for the report. They've approved it, but we have no identification from anybody, including contract cities, what their plan is for implementation. So they have not identified timing or anything like that.
So let me understand this. The COVID epidemic is over, and they've approved firing deputies and firemen who don't get vaccinated for an epidemic that no longer exists. Right?
A lot of the feedback we're getting is it's a political move, and it's not likely to happen. But that is not likely to happen, but, you know, we have to prepare for if it does.
You know, that's the problem, not giving IQ tests before people. Never mind.
Is that for me or the Board of Supervisors?
Both.
All right.
The last thing, Rex, I'd like to, on Thursday, we finally get to have a day of prayer again, the mayor's prayer. And that'll be May the 5th at 7 a.m. here at City Hall. And so I'll be involved in that. And I would love for anyone that believes in the power of prayer to meet us here at 7 a.m. May 5th. I know that's Cinco de Mayo, but we have a lot of pastors that will be here and some that will not be here, but they are praying in spirit with us. I believe in a praying city. And so I would love for you guys to be there. Last but not least, this is self-aggrandizing, and I apologize.
I'm going to do that.
Oh, you going to do it? Okay.
He can't contain himself. Look at that. I mean, it's embarrassing, Daryl.
I apologize. Lord, forgive me.
Daryl is going to be a bishop. Right? When are you going to be a bishop?
This coming Friday night.
Wow. A bishop. So, like, is that a job I could just apply for?
No. And I appreciate the city. It's a lot. It's a big event. Anyone's invited that enjoys worship. It will be a tedious service. It's about 2-hour service, and I will be in these.
He can't have a 2-hour service.
Strong
I've been
robes.
to that church. There's no such thing as a 2-hour service, but it is a lot of fun. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
I'm going to be there.
Yes, you will.
I wouldn't miss
Yes,
it.
you will. So, Living Faith Cathedral, 418 West Avenue J, Sierra and Avenue J. Fran, I would love for you to come and hang out with us. All right.
So when are you going to be Pope?
Not Pope, different denomination, but I can't talk to the Pope.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jason, are we going to have a presentation by Parks on the Poppy Festival?
Yeah, well, we have a video.
Is that
and
his
all-
way of telling me to hurry up, move on?
We have a video for Poppy, and then we also, Sonia will be giving a short, just an update on how it went.
Okay.
We'll start with, well, let me start with one thing first. I've got to give a big shout out to Andrea. We did have the opportunity to participate in this election, and I've been here 14 years now, and I think that's 7 elections. And I can tell you there has not been an election that's gone smoother, that there has been no mistakes made, that there has been, I mean, the details were impeccable. And what's most important is the integrity was the best I've ever seen, and there was unquestionable integrity from her office and her person, and we're very proud of her as an organization and as a person. So thank you, Andrea.
Andrea, I'm sitting here thinking of all the things that have happened over the years. I mean, remember all the things that happened? That's a big deal, what he just said. We have not had an election until this one that was seamless, that didn't have some major hiccup, like people not living in the city running for office. It was perfect. Thank you.
I thank you guys, and I guess now I can actually breathe.
So anyway, thank you very much. Now we'll turn it over to Sonia to talk about Poppy Fest. We have a short video, and then she can share with the successes of Poppy.
What an accomplishment the students here this afternoon have achieved, reaching a 4.0 or higher grade point average throughout their high school career.
Mr. Marvin Chris. Are you guys ready to rumble?
Definitely not. Good evening. As you can see, we had a full house pretty much all 3 days of the Poppy Festival. We had over 45,000 scanned tickets come through the gates of the Poppy Festival, and that does not account for everybody that was on the grounds of the Poppy Festival. So we had record crowd for Poppy Festival, more in the top 5 of attendance from a fair is what I've been told. But we couldn't have done this without the great partnership with the AV Fair and Event Center, Dan Jacobs and his amazing team over there. Moving to this new location brought us a lot more space. The partnership brought us the ability to have a larger carnival, more events such as the arena events, which we could never have hosted at the park, as you could have seen from that. We don't want monster trucks on our softball fields. Not a good combination. As well as just large indoor space for our vendors, which they really liked and appreciated, and a larger ground space for the patrons to roam. We got great feedback from the community on the event and the event space. We got some good comments that will help us plan for next year and for the future and to continue to grow and be better. But overall, a great event, and thank you for council support allowing us to have the event and work with the AV Fair. And a special shout out to public safety, traffic, everyone who helped with the event to make it possible. So,
largest one-day event at the fairgrounds ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They had to close. They had to close the parking lots 3 times because they were full.
I hope we were charging for parking.
Well, even that, the Explorers charged for parking across the street. They made good money. It was a fabulous event. The fairground says thank you. You guys did a wonderful job. It worked.
Good.
Good. So thank you.
Very, very welcome. It was our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. A couple more announcements. Monday Night Bites is back, and the Boulevard Market is back, so participate in those. It's starting to be spring and summer, so a lot of those outdoor events we're starting to participate in, so come and enjoy the community and come and enjoy the services that Parks provides. Sky Tower Mark mural painting is happening this weekend as well. That's going to be Saturday, May 7th. Also, May 7th, the mayor will be partnering with Choshu, which is a Japanese company, and the Japanese government, signing an MOU to begin a project for hydrogen. So that'll be happening Saturday as well. We'll be following that up with a video and a report from the media from our comms team. So that's a monumental moment where hopefully we get City Hall off grid and powered by hydrogen, which will be the first in the nation to do that, and we're verifying if it might be the first in the world. So we're looking forward to that project. MOA has their 10th anniversary gala. For those of you who've been around for a while, 10 years goes by really quick. I can remember being on the rooftop celebrating the opening. 10 years down the road, we're celebrating their 10-year anniversary, not only with an event and a gala Friday night, but also opening of a 10th anniversary show for MOA. So we'll give the shout out to that group out there. LPAC, fully operational. AV Ballet, Beauty and the Beast going. And of course, our many construction projects, as you see around town, so be patient with us. We're hoping to report in September. We'll have a lot of our roads projects done, the bulk of them. We'll be sharing you the success of that. And we have 2 other videos. Mary, you want to add to those? We had a successful Future of the City and a community center groundbreaking, which we have 2 short videos, and then my report is done.
Projects that are currently underway or that have just been completed, and there's even more behind that are either being planned right now, but the city's laying the foundation for, that in 2, 3, 4 years will be huge, sprawling developments.
And then I decided to found my own company called Hydroplane. And so what we're doing is developing a hydrogen fuel cell power plant for aircraft.
Very proud of our students, and I'm very proud of our teachers. I'm very proud of what we are doing to produce the future of the city.
And I love this city more today than I did then. There isn't a day that goes by that I'm not concerned about the well-being of our city. Whatever mistakes we have made in the past, we have the ability to thrive. All we have to do is provide people with the opportunity to do so and the direction of how to do so. Alexa, Jennifer, and everybody else, thank you for that night. It was an amazing night. I will remember it forever. Thank you.
We also have a ribbon cutting at the community center, and that's this short video, and my report is done.
Every kid that wants to work with a computer, it's there. Every kid that wants to do 3D printing, I guess every adult. Truly a great day for us. The community center is very important for our community. And finally, here we are. And thank you for being here.
And this has certainly been a labor of love for everyone involved, from our IT to our development services to our parks department, our administration. We truly could not have done this without everyone. Today really marks a momentous occasion for the city of Lancaster, for the community, for the residents, for all of you here today, for our neighbors. I'm so excited to welcome everyone into the center as we open our doors for the first time.
I can't believe that thing's finally open. And it is really cool. I mean, they did a great job of that. Took forever. I mean, it got vandalized twice.
We had insurance issues, we had COVID issues, but our staff pressured through and powered through and did a phenomenal job. Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to benefit tremendously with that. Thank you. Is that it? Thank you. Okay. Speaker cards.
This is the time to address the City Council Agency Authority on non-agendized matters. Speaker cards may be found on the back table of the council chambers. If you have completed a speaker card, please ensure that you've placed it in the basket in front of the city attorney so that you may be recognized. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. Please keep in mind, state law prohibits the city council from acting on items not on the agenda, and your matter may be referred to the city manager. Thank you.
Steve McCormick.
Thank you for having me. This is a item about public safety, and we live in a beautiful neighborhood, and there's a whole group of us here tonight. And we have one house that the gentleman is renting it out for parties. Renting it, he was with Airbnb. They have since pulled his partnership with that. The parties have gotten out of hand. I live directly to the south of him, and the music they play, starting at who knows when, can be as early as 4 o'clock in the afternoon and has gone until 2:30 a.m. in the morning. I leave for work at 3:30 every day, 5 days a week. One time they did not shut the music off until I left when I started my pickup in my own driveway. They take up parking on our street that covers both sides of the street. You cannot even, one car can pass. That's it. Creates quite congested, and we live in an area where the lots are very large. They're anywhere from 5/8 of an acre to 3/4 of an acre. If you're wanting to know where it is, the corner of K4 and 20th Street East. Station 135 fire station is directly behind my house and behind this gentleman who owns this house. Our concern is that the safety aspect of it, and Councilman Doris brought it up, that we need to be in a safer area. We had about 5 weeks ago, one of his parties that he rented out for, we had a shooting. 5 houses, including mine, which only a wrought iron gate was hit at my house, and my travel trailer was hit, causing damage. And my wife has been in communication with the city, the sheriff department, and quite a few other people, and we can't seem to get anything done. I'm not looking to have this man evicted. I'm not looking to have his house taken away. All I'd like
nicer than I am.
Well, you know, you guys have a great sense of humor, and it's been enjoyable to be at this city council meeting. I'm going to say that. It really has, and it's been enlightening. I love the sense of humor. But anyway, back to this. This is serious.
Mr. McCormick, I agree with you. I'm going to take care of this tonight. You can finish, but I am going to take care of this tonight. I promise you that. All right?
I'm going to take you at your word, Mayor, and thank you very much for listening to me.
Okay. I want him to have a contact number that answers the phone when he calls. I want that shut down before we have another kid killed. Yep. All right? And if it continues unabated, I want you to call me. All right? Thank you. Do we have the party car up and running anymore?
The administrative citation program is the mechanism in which we would do that. And as you know, the administrative citation program is opening up again here soon. We anticipate, although he doesn't want to evict the man or whoever owns it, we do. And the Sheriff's Department's working a case to try and effectuate that impact. We have to put a case together, do other things like that, as well as preparing an ordinance to come to the City Council that restricts the use of Airbnb or whatever that's called, temporary rentals.
Short-term rentals.
Short-term rentals, thank you, Allison. To make sure that we have the teeth in that ordinance as well as the administrative citation process to make sure that happens. But I understand exactly what you said, and we have a plan.
All right. I'm disturbed by the fact that we actually have a shooting and then there's a party the next week. I mean, I don't understand that. All right?
Yep.
And, maybe, I had a really great idea 10 years ago, that we just bulldoze the house. We only have to do it once every 6 months. Oh, well. Keith Cohn. Israel's been doing it. Terrorists. You have a terrorist, you bulldoze their house.
Good evening, Mayor Parris and City Council members. This is my first time here. I'm a little nervous. I am a neighbor of Mr. McCormick's. I live 2 houses away from this home, and I thank you for going to take care of this for us, Mayor. I just want to also say that I've been up in the Antelope Valley for 25 years, and I've lived in Lancaster for 11. I would never have thought of moving to Lancaster until after you've taken the position of mayor. You've changed everything around. You've made Lancaster a good place to live. We love it here, and I want to continue to live here. And I'm so thankful that you're going to do something about our problem on our street with this Airbnb house that's out of control. Just so you get some more information on it, the music is extremely loud and vulgar. We can hear it from inside our homes with the doors closed and the windows closed. I'm 2 houses away, quite a long distance. There's a terrible smell of marijuana. There's alcohol. And when the party shuts down in the house, which may be after midnight, it spills out into the street. And that carries on till 2 o'clock in large bunches of people. My children go to school at Lancaster Baptist School. They wake up at 1 o'clock. There's something going on outside, Dad. So I have to get out of bed and see what's going on, and I see it's the party. And we don't feel safe when he has these large gatherings. There are 100 to 200 people that come to this house. It's a large property. He's got a pool. He's got a basketball court. He doesn't care who comes in there to use his home. They disrespect our neighborhood. We care about our neighborhood. We love our neighbors. I don't have anything against this man, but he's told me he's moved out and he's made this a business for him. It's his commercial property. And whatever we can do to stop it and bring our peace back to our community, I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Trust me, this is over. It really is over. We'll take care of it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. And, I'm sorry you had to come to the council to do something. We got to get that fixed. Right? I mean, we know that those parties end up with dead kids. I mean, it has to be a priority.
4 houses were hit. 4 houses were hit.
I'm sorry, what?
4 houses were hit with bullets.
I should say 4 houses were hit with bullets.
Yeah, that can't happen. All right. I appreciate your comments, but, it's actually the council. I mean, they've done a fabulous job. I mean, they've made public safety the priority. And, they support me when I want to bulldoze people's houses. It's not a bad idea.
Well, the value of real estate today, I think if we could just take it and then we can resell it, what the heck?
Hey, what's this guy's name, by the way?
The owner of the home?
Yeah.
Frank Bright.
Frank Bryce?
Bright, B-R-I-T-E.
Frank Bright. You're a bad man, Frank Bright.
It is GHD? Oh, I apologize. 43338 Stancliffe Avenue.
Frank, if I were you, I'd move. I'm good with that, right? Okay, I got to check with the lawyer. I'm thinking. Fran, what do you got for us today?
Not much. Can you see me?
Did you enjoy the election?
Yes, I did.
Good.
I
Good.
know I came behind the 8 ball, but I already knew. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. I shouldn't say that. I'm not being disrespectful. Vice Mayor Marvin and Councilman Molly, I just want to thank you very much for what you do. And I'll be on your backs, and I'll be helping you as much as I can. I appreciate you and appreciate what you do for our city. And you do a lot more than people realize. I know because I go to these meetings and I see you in action. And God bless you, and thanks again. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you also, Mayor, for what you do for our city. And I know you're going to clean this mess up that they have back here. Thank you again.
Thank you, Fran.
Thank you, Fran.
Thank you.
Okay. I think that concludes it, right? We have a closed session tonight.
Yes.
Before we break for a closed session, anybody have any comments? Okay, good. Thank you all for, yes, sir.
I put in a card, but I did.
I get easily confused. Are you Gordon Jefferson?
Yes, I am.
I'm sorry, you got lost in the stack. Okay.
Mayor Paris and council members. I have a couple of things, but the first one is on Measure H. As I read it here, and then compare that to what's happened in Boise and the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, what they have done, it seems like there's a disconnect between those. And I was just wondering how you as a mayor and lawyer can have Measure H be approved legally. I don't know what ace in the hole you have.
I've been a lawyer a long time, and it's threading a needle. It can be done. But first I have to know what the people want. And Measure H was an advisory vote. They want this to stop. We're going to figure out a way to make it stop without the Ninth Circuit saying bad things about me, right?
Right.
It can be done. But, it's not, I don't want you to think that we're not recognizing the plight of a lot of people, because we are. We have, I think, probably the state-of-the-art homeless center. We're sending people all over the country to look at other ones that are actually working working to the extent that people have a roof over their head, they have a bathroom and a kitchen, and, you know, they have the ability to live without paying $600,000 a unit, which is what LA is paying.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
There's also, you know, we're recognizing that if we're going to have a clean city, we got to provide a means for people who are homeless to take a bath, to go to the bathroom, to have trash cans to throw away their trash. You know, we're envisioning zones where we will provide those services as long as they keep it clean. You know, I was talking to, you know, Paul Mitchell, the hair people. JP is Paul, the Paul of Paul Mitchell. He's put a lot of money in Austin, Texas, where, you know, they have a graduated living program. And we're looking at doing that too. What we also recognize is, you know, we can wait for LA County to screw it up, or we can just be innovative ourselves with whatever funding we have. But that's the direction we're moving. I envision a city where people who find themselves homeless also find a way out, that we give them a path out. And at the same time, no, you can't camp on our off-ramps. You can't camp in people's front lawns. You know, I think what we see happening is somebody will become homeless, then they're in that lifestyle for too long, and then they're angry. I'd be angry, you know, especially if I was on an on-ramp and seeing, you know, people driving by in cars that could buy a house. They cost so much. You know what I'm saying? There's such a disparity. It's certain to breed anger. There's a lot we can do until we reach a point where we restore a balance in mortgage-paying jobs, and then I think we're moving in that direction. And once we get there, if they want to be homeless, they're not doing it on our dime. You know, once we reach a place where we can provide people jobs and training, then I think we have to turn the spigot off. But we're not there yet. You know, am I making sense at all?
Well, yes, there's humanity involved. But I was just looking at the verbiage here and comparing that, what happened in Boise, and the Ninth Circuit became the kind of the law of the land, and there's a disparity between them.
There's always a loophole.
I hope you got one.
We'll find it.
By the way, I'm president of the Hydrogen Fuel Cell Trades Association, and I'd like to get an appointment with you sometime to discuss the potential of that entity with rail. And I got 3 customers already lined up for the product of hydrogen that you're going to produce. So if I can get an appointment with you, I'd appreciate it.
I'd love to do that. I'm in a trial right now in Bakersfield, so it's going to be a month. But after that, I'd love to.
Okay.
City staff will arrange it, okay?
I appreciate it very much.
Great. Thank you. Okay, guys, you want to go to closed session? We'll be back in 20 minutes, I hope. 10 minutes?
City
However long
Council.
Allison talks.
The City Council will now move to closed session to discuss closed session items 1 through 27 as listed on the agenda.
Okay, we're back.
In closed session, the City Council took up closed session agenda items 15, 16, and 17 and gave direction to staff and legal counsel. No reportable action as to items 16 and 17. As to item 15, the City Council unanimously authorized the filing of an appeal. No further reportable action.
Thank you. Dave Prather died. Pastor Prather from Central. Make certain we send, something to the funeral that is significant.
Significant?
Yeah, that word. Enough to reflect who he is and that it came from the city. Okay? Thank you. The next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, May 24, 2022 at 5 p.m. Our meeting is adjourned. And Carol, I'm coming home. I miss you.